There's a way to cheat and save every penny.
Warning, incoming game over. Warning, incoming game over.
Woo! What is up? What is up? What is up, gang? Folks, people them. It's over. The streak is over. It is done. It is over. It is finished. The Edmonton Oilers have won a hockey game. Yes, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the people it happened. Tell the people it was possible. Let them know the Edmonton Oilers avoided going winless on their road trip. They did it, getting a victory, a 3-1 win in Carolina. But before we go deeper on that, because I know we got to discuss it, we got a word from our friends at Hyperdrive Hockey here on Game Over Edmonton with your boy, Avry Lewis-McDougall. Shift into Hyperdrive and get ready to have some fun with your new source for all the biggest hockey stories, bringing a unique style of broadcasting and commentary with a unique Quebecois flair. Hyperdrive Hockey combines top-tier analysis, big stories, pop culture, and a fun atmosphere that'll make you think and more. Join Max Van Hoot, Daphne Malbuff, and Kevin Larme every Monday and Thursday for your fill of the hockey world. Watch on YouTube on the Game Over Network channel or subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon. And make sure you, yes you, head to thegameovernetwork.com for so much more. There you go. Hyperdrive Hockey, you gotta love it. You gotta tap in and get that good Quebecois hockey content. Anyway, Oilers, 3-1 victors, avoiding going 0-4 on the Southeast road trip. A game in which Calvin Pickard, give him full credit. Picks had a massive game today, making 35 saves, holding Edmonton in this one. Holding Edmonton in this one in a game in which Edmonton took early penalties and the penalty kill actually stepped up a bit. The penalty kill stepped up, holding Carolina only one power play goal. And you saw scoring for Edmonton from other areas today. Corey Perry got his 13th goal of the season. Adam Henrique, a short-handed goal to open things up with a deflected goal. And I mentioned Perry in second period. Perry getting a wrister on a wonderful pass from Leon Draisaitl. Oh, Leon, that dish to Corey Perry. You know what? That dish to Corey Perry from Leon Draisaitl. We talk about Leon's goal-scoring prowess, but that pass, you know what? We need a moment of quiet just for a second to reflect on that pass from Leon Draisaitl. There we go. Had to be done. Great play. We talk about Leon's goal-scoring ability, but the playmaking ability cannot be forgotten whatsoever. Great play. Great play in front to find Corey Perry's stick. So, and Edmonton, again, I mentioned, although one thing that Although we know the NHL.com website isn't that accurate or isn't accurate in one category, at first glance, seeing 24 giveaways is oof. That's a tough sight. That is a tough sight to see. But you know it's not. Game over. Make sure you tap in and make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. And don't just support me here on Game Over Edmonton. Make sure you support all of our channels. Make sure you support Game Over Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, Ottawa, Winnipeg, Montreal, Hyperdrive Hockey. All these other programs come on the channel network. Because we're here to give you a fun post-game experience. We're here to navigate you through the post-game talk after a win, after a loss, or whatever. So please, if you have any comments, questions, hit me up on the comments, hit me up on social media as we navigate through things on a fun Saturday night, a game in which Edmonton, I'll give credit to this team. They responded to being challenged by Chris Knobloch and found a way to get it done. They stepped up to being called fragile. Because you know this team doesn't want a kind of criticism. Sorry, gang. What NHL team wants to be considered fragile? None. And you saw this team step up in this game. So that was a great pushback for the Edmonton Oilers in a much needed road win in Raleigh, North Carolina. And you look at the division right now, that Western Conference, that Pacific Division remains tight. This is a battle in which Edmonton can't afford to lose ground with the LA Kings. They're trying to get back they're trying to stay in the divisional race with the Vegas Golden Knights again. Edmonton hasn't won a division since 1986-87. As mentioned before on many broadcasts, on many shows, that it's the longest divisional drought in the Big Four sports in North America. And although, yes, this Oilers team wants to win a Stanley Cup, I'm sure somewhere in the recesses of their minds, you might think about that briefly. But right now, it was a matter of stringing together wins, getting a big win today in Raleigh, North Carolina, a place which the Oilers don't really have a ton of success in winning in Carolina, in the regular season at least. So it was good to see them get a W. And you see other guys stepping up as well. I mentioned Adam Henrique got a goal. You mentioned Corey Perry stepped up. The depth guys looked a little bit better. And I didn't think John Klingberg was all that bad. I didn't think John Klingberg looked all that bad in the back end. Again, we've known Klingberg is still trying to, once again, find his legs at the NHL level. So I thought it was okay for John Klingberg on the back end for the Oilers. And again, I'm sure you folks got some thoughts in terms of who you liked tonight, who you didn't like, what you wanted to see more from certain players. And the good thing is, again, you see guys like when a Connor McDavid doesn't get a point, we have seen consistently Leon Draisaitl find a way to step up. We have seen Leon Draisaitl find a way to get points when Connor or Zach Hyman isn't able to, or when Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is unable to. We see Leon Draisaitl time and time again find a way to get points. It's what you like to see. You know what else? You know what else we like to see? We like to see and talk about Patreon. Looking for ways to help an upstart media company employing over 30 young journalists and analysts across Canada? If you have a few spare bucks kicking around, you can head to our Patreon page at patreon.com/thegameovernetwork. There you'll find multiple tiers featuring different rewards and goodies for helping us grow. There's extra access, exclusive looks behind the scenes, Discord benefits, merch discounts, opportunities to give us feedback, and you can join us for special shows live. That's right, live and in living color, where you can interact with hosts as we launch more ways to improve your experience. And also, hey, you know what? If you can't spare a few bucks, no worries. We got a free tier available. so you make sure you don't miss out. If you want to really help us out, make sure to click the like button, subscribe on YouTube, rate us 5 stars on your favorite podcast app, and share our work on your social media of choice. That's patreon.com/the Game Over Network for some tantalizing goodies, y'all. All right. Second period time here on Game Over Edmonton after the Oilers 3-1 win over the Carolina Hurricanes. Although, you know what, though? I really would have loved to have seen the Hurricanes rock the Hartford Whaler throwbacks again. I know it's been a big thing where Hartford has been wearing more the Whaler jerseys, and that's been a big point of contention for some people, is that should the Hurricanes be allowed to wear Whaler throwbacks? But I see it as you're paying homage to where you came from. I know if Peter Karmanos did that, it would have been an issue, because Peter Karmanos for many years said no one cares about the Whalers, so that was never going to be a thing with him. Tom Dundon likes to throw that. It's clear he's got a real affinity to paying tribute to the Hartford Whalers, but if you live at Hartford, I can see why that's like, I don't know, but I do like that fact that the Hurricanes are now at least trying to say, hey, yes, this is where we came from, this is our heritage, this is what we want to pay homage to, and say, hey, we now playing Carolina, but this was where we began in. So, but then again, I'm sure there'll be Hurricane fans who might find this video and say, what are you talking about? No way. So, you know what, or Oilers fans as well too, who might say, no way, don't praise that. But you know what, hey, that's always gonna be a forever split issue. And in this game tonight, Edmonton, Matt, the battles with Edmonton and an empty net continue. The battles with the Oilers trying to find an empty net or trying to score on an empty net are just so funny to see. So much skill, yet this team struggles to score when there's no goaltender in the net. It's got to be one of the funnier storylines over the past few years in all of hockey. No matter what, this team can you could have 14, 15 Oilers on the ice, and some way, somehow, an empty net goal will not happen. It's a miracle when it does happen. I don't get it. No one gets it. Does your grandma get it? Probably not. I mean, I don't. It's a really funny thing. And also, too, we'll try to find some Oiler post-game comments. We'll bring that to you as well here on Game Over Edmonton. If you haven't heard already, I like trying to, again, bring that good, fresh post-game stuff to you, the viewer. It's the kind of content that you deserve here on Game Over Edmonton. And again, a very packed show on the network. We got multiple Canadian teams playing tonight, so you might have tapped in right now. Also, too, Andrew Berkshire has Game Over Montreal on the air right now. So we got a lot of Canadian teams playing the past few days. A lot of content for you to stay active with, to keep up with the show with. And again, if you got any comments, we'll get to them in overtime. It's been a little bit light for comments lately on Game Over Edmonton. It's been light. Not too many critiques, not too many comments either way, but hey, don't be shy. Hop up and in. And hey, if you're on Twitter, hit me up on there. I think we get a lot more comments on Twitter when it comes to post-game reaction, but either way, it's fun. I enjoy engaging with the people. I enjoy hearing back and hearing what the fans have to say. And when it comes to the game tonight, let's take a look at the advanced stats from what the Oilers did. Let's try and break things down a little bit more, because hey, I love natural stat trick when it comes to just trying to dive in more to our advanced stats in the game. I think it's really, really, really great to see. So after the victory in all situations here for the Oilers, so when it came to high danger chances, all situations, it was even for both Edmonton and Carolina, 19 each. Scoring chance, Edmonton had 38 scoring chances, Carolina 35. We saw, again, Calvin Pickard have a strong night in net. when it came to the Corsi, Carolina won the Corsi battle in all situations. And we saw the high danger chances for both teams. Was very, very similar when it gets down to all situations, even strength 5-on-5. That was a near deadlock stat when it came to Edmonton and Carolina. So Edmonton, that was a big thing for Edmonton. We saw Edmonton getting to the high danger zones. Don't be content with a point shot. Get to the net, drive the puck down low. That's what we saw. We saw Corey Perry get to the net, get rewarded. In that 0-5 run for the Oilers, they were a little bit too content when it came to settling to taking a point shot or taking a shot out from 20, 25 feet out. Get in front of a netminder and make what he's facing a challenge. That is what Edmonton needed to do more of on this road trip. And look, against Carolina, they found ways to get rewarded. That's the kind of thing you want to see more of. It's the kind of thing that you need to see more of from this hockey team in a major, major, major way. That's what you need. Need a lot more of that, so they're rewarded in that aspect. But either way, a gritty game, a strong game, what they needed. So now Edmonton comes back home. They take on the Anaheim Ducks on March 4th. And then they got the Thursday game against Montreal. So you would think, I mean, Anaheim is a game that should be 2 points, but we've seen before Edmonton have their challenges with guys like Lucas Dostal before. So Anaheim, for some reason, still has given Edmonton a little bit of trouble over the past little while here when it comes to Oilers tonight in all situations. Corsi 4 leaders. The Corsi 4 leaders were Leon Draisaitl, Evan Bouchard, Corey Perry at all situations. Leon led the way when it came to Corsi 4 at 65.96%. You like seeing that. You like seeing Leon lead the Corsi battle right there. Bouch again right there. Strong advanced stats numbers for Evan Bouchard. And it is good to see management on Bouch say, you know what, we're not dealing Evan Bouchard. It's good to see management stay high on Evan Bouchard because, again, I've said it before on this network. I've said it before on various shows. You become a worse hockey team if you deal Evan Bouchard. You do not improve. I'm sorry. It does not happen. It truly does not happen as a hockey club. And trying to tell me it does? Trying to tell me he's overrated? He doesn't contribute enough to this team? Again, young D-man, he'll make a mistake here and there, but the upside he brings is far, far, far greater on that back end. It truly is. And again, he can work through mistakes here and there. You're talking about the guy like he's 36, 37 years old and can't get out of the funk, which to me is really, really silly. But, you know, it's not silly. Our social medias, because hey, if you're enjoying this show so far, you want some more of this, right? Well, make sure you hit the like button on this video, click subscribe on our channel, and make sure when you check notification bell, you check that so you make sure you're alerted when we go live next. And if you're tapping into our podcast, please give a 5-star rating. Or if you're really generous, if you're really kind, leave a positive review. And if you really love us, make sure to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. You can find us on the Game Over Network, at Blue Sky, at Game Over Network, or TikTok, on Twitter, at the Game Over Network, on Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, at Game Over Network. And if you want to find me, I'm on Twitter at AVRY Avry. I'm on Instagram, Avry Sports. I'm on Blue Sky at Avry. I'm all there, and yes, the hat remains on in all the pictures you see of me on these various platforms. You can find us all on the GameOverNetwork.com, where you can sign up for our upcoming newsletter, y'all. So there's some more written content coming towards Game Over Network. And I see the viewers are coming in now. The folks are watching now. I see we got Okay, we got some comments coming in now. Great stuff. So we'll get to those on overtime, y'all. We will definitely do that as we head into what period? What period? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's the third period time on Game Over Edmonton, and we'll check and see if we have some post-game audio now from Raleigh, North Carolina. Let us double check and see, and yes, we do. We have content from Adam Henrique, Chris Knobloch, and Leon Draisaitl. So we'll play probably two of those three right now. So let's start off with Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch. Oh. Okay, one sec, gang. One sec. Oh, technical issues. We'll apologize for that. Oh. 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 If we can find, uh-oh. Bear with us as we try to navigate our way to the Oilers YouTube page. You know, you're watching live content here when you're running the one-man show. There we go. All right, there we go. Chris Knobloch.
Chris, can you just maybe...
Oh. Is that playing? There we go. All right, Chris Knobloch.
We talk about the details that we saw from your group tonight that we maybe didn't see as much early on this week.
Well, I think the last two games we did a much better job of digging in and competing a lot harder. The battles that we won were a lot better than we had in the previous three games. Tonight we were able to, keep the puck out of the net with picks making some big saves, especially in the third period, where you got a fragile team, and when you have a lead late in the game when you haven't won for a while, you tend to shrink. You don't want to make a mistake, and ultimately you just end up defending all the time, and just allows the other team to get more chances. But I think that game will be very important for us to build some confidence.
It's a long flight back. Can you maybe talk about the importance of ending this road trip on a high note and returning home with a few more positive vibes?
Absolutely. That would have been a long flight back if we would have lost that. But I think a lot of guys, they should feel good about themselves because they worked hard, and getting a win out here. Obviously, the road trip isn't to our standards how we wanted them, obviously with the wins and losses, but it was nice to get this one tonight.
What did you make of the last couple of minutes, the Aho breakaway, and then Leon, I think, off the crossbar, and then you do get one, but it was quite a wild finish.
Well, remember that we got a power play goal, which was nice that we got one tonight, but obviously that's not how we would like to draw that up, but we got the win. That's what we're going to remember.
All right, Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch, and we'll also tap into Leon Draisaitl. Let's go to Leon Draisaitl right now.
Leon, can you maybe just talk about the importance of at least closing out this road trip with a win, and maybe just talk about the matter that you guys were able to do that?
It's a big win for us. Obviously, we've been struggling a little bit, and couldn't find our game for a while there. And the last two nights, I thought were better. You could see it trending in the right direction in Florida. And then tonight was a really good effort by us. Some things to clean up always, but good effort by us.
How about Calvin Pickard all throughout the night, especially in the late stages of this one? Some clutch saves down the stretch.
Yeah, he was great. He gives us a chance to win every night. I think everybody in our room loves him. He's just a great teammate to have, and we love playing for him. So, he was great, especially obviously that breakaway late.
You didn't make it easy on yourselves with that late breakaway. One last chance just for fun, or it was a hard, obviously you're not trying to do it, but you're in control.
Really
I know. Just
that's obviously something that we would like for not to happen, obviously. Especially having an extra guy. So maybe just a bit of a misread or a breakdown, but sometimes those happen. But obviously in the future, you try to avoid those.
Leon, what were some of the details that you guys were able to take care of that maybe we didn't see as much early on this week?
Yeah, I think our work ethic, our hunt towards the puck, our details in terms of stopping on pucks and making hard plays. It's a man's game in here every time. This team plays hard, and we knew that coming in. And if you're not ready for it, they'll run you out of the building. So we were ready for it and played a good game.
All right, Leon Draisaitl. So yeah, a lot of positives you see again. This team talking about how good it was to go home with a victory. And Chris Dahlblock's right. You wouldn't want to go back home 0-4, 0-5 with this road trip. You want something positive to take back to get ready for Anaheim in this week. And I don't know if any of you are wrestling fans, but I got to say this much. I got my notifications on my phone during the audio that John Cena turned heel in Toronto tonight. So if you're a wrestling fan, woo! Heel John Cena. Okay, let's go. Anyways, back to hockey now. Full credit too as well to Brett Kulak. Had a great game. Brett Kulak +2 played over 25 minutes tonight. Kulak was a warrior. Kulak had a strong game on the back end for Edmonton, playing again without Darnell Nurse. And we talked about Brett Kulak before in terms of how steady and how consistent he can be for the Oilers. You saw it again tonight. Great game for Brett Kulak. Again, with Nurse out of the lineup. Darnell's missed the past 2 games, so huge effort for Brett Kulak tonight, holding it down and being a real minutes muncher defensively for Edmonton. Just a steady beast back there, and has been since he was acquired from Montreal. So he's been a fun acquisition. You know what's fun too as well for the Oilers? You know what's fun as well too? Game Over merchandise. It's always fun to invest in some Game Over gear. Look at that. Game Over hats. Game Over shirts. Game Over beanies. We got you covered, y'all. We always make sure you, the viewer, you, the listener, stay fresh. What better way to support something you love than by ripping it on yourself as gear? Game Over's apparel line has dropped with 3 unique designs. Whether you feel nostalgic pull of the retro scare design, want to make a statement with our established design, want to wear your love for goalies proudly with our live and die by the goalie design, or if you need another coffee or a toque to get you through the winter, we got you covered. Design by Brady Chalice from Game Over Winnipeg. Use the QR code on stream right now and take a look through our apparel store and help us rebuild local sports media in Canada while repping your community. That's the stuff you want to see. That's the stuff you want to do. All right, overtime. We are on the way as we wrap up another edition of Game Over Edmonton, and you've been getting a healthy dose of Avry for the past little while. So I will not be on air for the show against Anaheim as I'll be covering that game in person, but this has been the run of Avry hosted shows for the past week or so. We got a question here from Sanj, or more of a comment, but it is, McDavid needs some more goals. And yeah, Connor McDavid this year, the goals have been down quite a bit. Connor McDavid has been going back to his pass first ways, Sanj. Great point. And McDavid, you would like to see Connor shoot a little bit more in an Oilers jersey. He's really gone heavy pass first, which is his game. I mean, Connor is more the playmaker in this offense, and again, Leon is the guy who will go supernova in goals, even though Connor has a 60-goal year on his resume. Connor's game has been more pass first. I mean, people have always said we want Connor to shoot a little bit more. They want him to shoot the puck a little bit more, get some more on net, but yeah, I don't think Connor right now cares just about winning a cup. He's not really too concerned about being the guy when it comes to goals. As it stands right now, Connor McDavid only has 22 goals this year. Last year he had 32. The year before he had 64. The year before that he had 44. So Connor's always been that kind of guy who will give you that 35, 45 goal range. The one year he had 64 where he just said, yeah, no, I'm scoring all the goals this year. So he's peeled back over the past couple of years when it comes to the goal scoring. 75 points this year in 54 games. Still top 10 scoring. Still one of the leaders when it comes to scoring in points. But you can tell this year that goal scoring is not it's not Connor's priority this season. It's not his thing he's consumed by. And you know what? He doesn't have to be to win. He doesn't have to be in certain situations. So, but we'll see. I mean, there's still more hockey to be played. There's still a lot of hockey left. So we'll see how Connor McDavid's game continues before April. Anyways, all right. That's it. Game over Edmonton. That's all for tonight. It's Saturday night and you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose your time to be with me, yours truly, your boy Avry, and I thank you for that. Anyways, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to the Game Over Edmonton YouTube channel on podcasts. Make sure you tap in. Anyways, other than that, you're on your own. Have a good night. Stay safe. Have fun, but not too much fun. Peace.